Shut up and sit down.
AC on spring season. Spring season AC for children and students. Traditionally, spring is known as the season of rebirth, rejuvenation and new beginnings. This is because the flowers bloom and animals breed during this season. The days also get longer and warmer compared to the other seasons. Farmers and agriculturalists sow their seeds as the temperatures become favorable for plant growth. However, the timing of spring varies depending on the location. One of the notions held by most people about spring is that it is a season of rebirth and rejuvenation. Tropical and subtropical regions have a better climate compared to other seasons. From a meteorological perspective, spring can be defined as a season between summer and winter. In places such as the United States and the United Kingdom, the spring season begins in March and lasts until May. In other places such as Australia and New Zealand, the spring season begins in September and ends in November. Meanwhile, Ireland's spring season begins in February and lasts until the end of April. The months of March and April are considered as spring seasons in India. Ecological implications of spring. From an ecological perspective, the spring season is not always determined by prefixed calendar dates. Instead, spring is marked by various biological indicators such as blooming flowers and the breeding activities of animals. Even the soil has a characteristic smell and it becomes warm enough for microorganisms in the soil to flourish. Ecologists have even divided the year into 6 seasons, with the spring season being classified into prevernal spring, early spring and vernal spring. How is spring defined? Besides the above stated notions, most people associate spring with the astronomical definition of the word. It is defined as the period between the spring equinox and the summer solstice. It is also defined by the angle of the earth's tilt towards the sun. Equinoxes are days of special significance as the days and nights are equal. Moreover, the earth experiences 2 equinoxes, one in spring and the other one in fall. The one that occurs in the spring is called the vernal equinox and it occurs by March 28th in the northern hemisphere. The southern hemisphere experiences the other equinox by September 22nd. During summer solstice in the northern hemisphere, the North Pole is tilted at its greatest angle towards the sun, which occurs on June 21 every year. The same phenomenon happens in the southern hemisphere with the South Pole on December 21st. Season of awakening. Temperatures become warmer in the hemisphere that is tilted towards the sun. This means the ground, which previously would have been frozen over the winter months, would have started to thaw or become soft, allowing plants to grow. Spring is also characterized by the increase in rainfall, which helps plants to take root in the ground. Animals that spent the winter hibernating emerge from their dens, while those that migrated to warmer regions return. Animals that had a winter coat will shed them or change color to blend in with the change in the landscape. Breeding activities also increase during this time with many animals giving birth. Sometimes spring is also associated with floods as the melting snow may overwhelm ponds and rivers. Tropical storms also occur during this season as the cold air from the far north or south combines with the warm air from the equator. To sum up, the spring season is a season where the cold climate transitions to a warmer one. Flowers bloom and animals breed. It is also the season where days get longer and the weather gets warmer compared to other seasons.